Thank you for watching, and welcome to part 4 of our video series on barbells. If you tuned into part 1, I gave an introduction to barbells and discussed power bars. Video number 2 discussed Olympic weightlifting bars and barbells that are specific for the Olympic lifts. In video number 3, I discussed specialty bars and their application to certain movements, exercises, as well as populations. And in part 4 of this installment, our final installment, I want to discuss with you how to care for your barbell and how to store it. You'll notice behind me that I have a vertical bar rack. This bar rack was made by a welder, fabricator, blacksmith that does work for us. Bar racks like these are hard to come by. They're hard to find. Most of the bar racks that you'll find like this, the horizontal bar racks, only hold a couple of bars, maybe 3 or 4. Furthermore, the posts that actually support the bars are oftentimes too narrow, which means the bulk of the weight of your barbell is out towards the side, and over time, your barbell will bend. Again, when I say over time, I'm talking over the course of years. This was made specifically to meet our specifications, the specifications of our facility. This is drilled into the wall. It's extremely sturdy. It's not going anywhere. Not to mention, when we move, I can then unscrew it out of the wall and take it with me. So it's portable. The horizontal bar rack, to me, is much preferred over the vertical bar rack for a couple of reasons. You'll often find vertical bar holders, if they're not on the back side of a power rack, you'll find that they make one that just simply rests on the floor, and it may have 5, 6, 7, 8 posts coming out of it, and you can store up to 8 barbells, what have you, vertically, all side by side. While that is great for saving space, and you can put them out of the way in the corner, I'm not a fan of it for 2 reasons. If you store your bar vertically, over time it's going to bend, it's going to warp. Number 2, and probably even as important, is what I'm about to show you when you clean the barbells, is you want to keep your bars lubricated and oiled. And in doing so, when you lubricate the inside of the bar or the bearings component, if you're constantly storing them in a vertical north and south position, the bar is going to drain the lubricant, and the oil is going to drain out of the bearings. It's going to go onto the floor, and then ultimately you're going to lose the lubrication from the inside of the bar, and the bar can then corrode and essentially rust from the inside out. So I much prefer to store my barbells in a horizontal position. If you don't have access to a rack, as I said, you can simply place them on the floor, which can kind of get in the way and become a hazard. Or you can store them in your bench press or your power rack. If you're transporting your barbells, one great way to transport them that I've found is to go to Home Depot and buy a piece of PVC pipe. That's how we transport our barbells. Like if we need to transport them to another gym, or take them in our car, or in a truck, etc., slide them in the PVC tube, and there you go, voila, you've got a portable bar suitcase. Now what I want to get into is I want to show you close up how we clean our barbells. Over time, you're undoubtedly going to have a buildup of chalk residue and or baby powder residue, probably even some skin, blood, and sweat, germs, etc. all over your bar. So you want to take care of your bar from the standpoint of lubricating it and cleaning it, and that's going to increase the longevity of your bar. As you can see here, we've got a buildup of chalk residue on this bar here. The easiest way to get it off is with a brush. So I just have a soft brush here that has soft bristles, okay? And we just use this on our bars, and as you can see, I'm just going to scrub the bar like that, and it'll take nearly all of the chalk residue right off the bar. Same thing here. Just scrubbing the bar with the chalk residue, and it comes right off, okay? You don't necessarily need to do that every single workout. However, it would be good to do that probably at least once a week. If you bleed on the bar from deadlifting, you are going to want to clean your bar with a wire brush or a steel brush. This is used for getting paint chips off of things, etc. We purchased this from Home Depot, okay? We will spray bleach or alcohol directly onto the bar. We'll scrub it with the wire brush in the bloodied area, and then we will take a rag and simply wipe down the bar over top. Leave it sit for a minute. In competitions, it's required that you let it sit for a minute before the next lifter can take their attempt. But that's how you clean blood off the bar. As far as lubricating your bar, we simply use WD-40, but WD-40 works great. You can spray the WD-40 directly onto a rag, as I've done here. Okay? Or you can spray it directly onto your bar. But once you've done so, you're literally just going to take the rag and drag it up and down the bar. Now, if you notice, this is the bar that I just wiped the chalk residue off of. So now you can see that it's really cleaning the bar up really nice. It's lubricating the bar, getting some good oil in there, which is a necessity. Pay extra special attention to the sleeve of the bar, which is this portion of the bar that we discussed out here. This portion of the bar should be well lubricated as well. This is where the plates slide on. If you train in a facility where it's a garage or you're likely to have a buildup of moisture and humidity, you're going to want to wipe down the sleeves of the bar from time to time because the plates will get sticky and it gets hard to get the plates on and off the barbell. So actually during the summer months, I'll walk through here and literally once a week wipe down the sleeves of each one of these bars. You'll notice on some of these bars, and hopefully you can see it with the camera, there's a hole on the end of this barbell there. Actually on the Ivanko bar, there's a hole, I hope you can notice it, down here on the end of the Ivanko bar. And what I'll do is I'll actually spray the WD-40 directly into the hole, and I'll also spray WD-40 down into here, in between the cracks, down into there. This is where the bearings of your barbell sit, and that's what enables the sleeve to spin and the actual bar to rotate. So it's really imperative that you get some lubricant down inside of there. Removing and cleaning powder and chalk residue off of your bar should be done pretty regularly, probably about once per week. I'm a neat freak and super anal, so I'll actually clean the bar after I use it if I've got a lot of chalk on it, but once per week would be sufficient. As far as doing a full cleaning and lubricating of your bars, that should be done once per month. I do it on the first of every month. That way I never have to remember and I get it done. So that's 12 times a year. That will significantly prolong the life of your barbell. What I'll do for a full cleaning is I'll remove the chalk residue and powder residue with a soft brush that you saw that I demonstrated. Then I will use the WD-40 and wipe down the bars and lubricate them thoroughly. Once I've done that, I will turn the bars like this and store them vertically, just lean them up against the wall overnight, and what that allows the excess oil to do is the excess oil will drain off of the sleeve of the bar, come out of here as well where the bearings are, and just the excess oil will then drain down off of the bar. I always make sure that I leave a towel on the floor, that way I'm not making a mess. The excess oil drains in, or falls onto the towel. In the morning, I'll come in, the bars will be slightly moist, and I will go ahead and just wipe off the excess oil with a new rag and then replace the bar into the horizontal bar rack, and you're all set. Stewardship is incredibly important. It's absolutely imperative that you take care of your personal belongings. Strength training equipment is expensive, but if you take care of it, a lot of these purchases that you'll make are one-time buy. They'll last you a lifetime. It's really imperative that you take care of your barbells. If you take care of your barbells, they'll take care of you. They'll perform better, they'll look better, they'll feel better, and they'll last longer. Hopefully this video series has been informative. Stay tuned for other Q&As.